Yo, sup guys, Zephyr here. Now 2.0 is out, and with that we got Carlotta, right? And my god, when I just say that this character is absolutely nuts. Not just DPS wise, but also just what she can do. She has a lot of small gimmicks and just small little techs and just honestly ways to keep her damage up and high that the game doesn't tell you about. They kind of make you go and figure out yourselves, and I have kind of figured it out. Obviously there might be better ways to do this, but from what I've seen and what I've done, this works out for me. So I figured that I would share it with y'all and you can kind of build on from there. But before we do all that, I do want to go over each one of her skills because I feel like people don't really read the skills anymore, which I don't blame you. It's an absolute pain to go through all this text. But there's a lot of good hidden stuff in here that they don't put in yellow that honestly really helps you. But we're going to go in order here. So if you do want to just go straight into the actual like rotation, I guess, I'll leave a timestamp and then you can just go there. Now, I won't go over how everything works, like I won't go over how to shoot or anything, but I'll go over the stuff for each one of these like little tabs that I think is the most important to know about. And starting with normal attack, honestly, you're just knowing that one, your heavy attack and your also like aerial attack both give you parts of your crystal whenever you do an attack right after. And not only that though, but honestly, the primary like 2 fires before you get a crystal is kind of bad, I won't lie. Like I'd rather just heavy attack. It comes out way faster, and you can stack up your crystals really fast with that. Moving on to skill, I'm sure a lot of people notice this, but maybe they don't know what's doing this, but the first part of your skill actually makes targets just like not be able to move, right? So if you just hit E once here, as you can see, they're just frozen in place. Now, I think people, or maybe people do honestly, but there is a lot of stuff you can do with just that alone. Like being able to halt an enemy movement, attack, or anything. Just being able to make an enemy stop moving and just stop all their animations just like that is massive, right? It can get you out of so much trouble if you time it right. And I feel like people don't really use it that much for it. Like I feel like whenever people are fighting, they just pop it whenever, right? Which honestly works, but if you're able to time it right, you can really stop some like crazy attacks from happening. But not only that though, but always have your skill down on cooldown. Like I don't think there is a reason to have this skill just up like right now how it is. Like let's say you're fighting at some tastic discords right now, you should always have this skill just up and about. You can also hold on to it if you want to, like you can wait the full time and then hit it. But what I'm saying is just always have the skill up and just out. You know, it's such good damage. It's such a good way to just have free stun pretty much. That, you know, why would you not want it out constantly or 24/7? Now going to her essay of a forte, it surprisingly isn't even that complicated. They just kind of really just blow it up with words and just stuff that they say over and over again. So I'm not going to show it through there. I'm going to show it through actually in game. Now her forte is very simple. We have a red crystal down the bottom of our screen. That is called the tinted crystal. Whenever that is up, you can go and do, if I can gain stacks here, your heavy attack. So now that my bar is full, if I hold heavy attack, I do a move which lowers my skills cooldown by 6 seconds and then gives me a buff that actually goes and ups my liberation damage, which pretty much means that if you pop that heavy attack right before you use your ultimate, you are getting like a free, what, 40% more damage? Let's see. Here we go, final blow state. It increases everything by, 80%. Before you do anything with your ultimate in this game, or with this character, always make sure that you have this buff up right now, right above the crystal. That is the buff that you want to see up before you even think about hitting R. And that's pretty much it. All the other blubber is just telling you other ways to get your crystals. So these guys right here, to the left of my character, which can be done by just regular heavy attacks. Obviously the basic attack, and then you can even do it by doing a like jumping flag attack or a plunging attack pretty much. And then the ability everybody came here for is the R. Now you can hit this on the floor or like a little bit above the ground. You can't be too high up in the air, but it is honestly a nice amount. And pretty much with this ultimate, you just hold left click honestly, or R if you're like that. and you can do attacks. Now, the nice thing about this is that you can actually add directionals to those attacks. But if you just hold down the button, the character will actually adjust herself automatically for you. So let's say that, you know, if you're doing the attack, it kind of pushes you back a bit, and it pushes you more back. The third attack, she'll actually go forward to make up for that distance, and then she'll start going back again. So it's nice that there is like a little like a fail-safe there, I'd say, to where it won't let you get too far away to where the enemy is like out of distance from you if you just hold down the button. Now, obviously, if you hold down attack or R and you put in a directional movement key, you can go to either side, you know, forward, back, left, or right. But for those of you lazy out there and just kind of want to, you can just hold that button. So for actual rotations first, I'll show it off and then I'll try to break it down real slowly for y'all afterwards. And then I'll also just leave it on screen of what buttons I'm hitting. So then you can just copy it from there. So it looks a little complicated maybe on screen, but I promise you it is not a lot of buttons. It's honestly just pressing heavy attack and skill over and over again. But the main thing I want to point out is that you can just get your crystals back instantly with the use of the new Echo. Now obviously the Sentry construct is the best Echo for this character because 1, it's made for her, and 2, it is really nice just to be able to get, again, those crystals is so fast. Now obviously I'll show an example here. So we will heavy attack, then E, then E again, then it's Echo, and we're back to full. So doing your first and second skill, you're left in the air, you can just press, honestly, basic attack again, and go straight back into it, and get half your bar back. Then with your Echo up, you can do the same thing again, just spam left click, or attack, and then you'll have your full bar again. To then which you can just press buttons, until you get that hold skill, and then you can hit E again, into E again, to R, and then you're pretty much won.